Hi, I'm Tammy at Simply Set Free. Well, I don't know about you, but one of the most challenging things for me when it comes to dealing with clutter are dealing with those sentimental items, those things in our homes that bring back memories. Whether it be the box of dishes in the attic that our grandmother gave us years ago, or the piles of paper that our kids bring home from school. Dealing with sentimental clutter can be so challenging. Well, how do you make a decision whether to keep it or let it go? Well, today I'm going to share with you 5 practical tips that will help you as you go through this process in your own home of deciding whether to keep an item or let it go. So, a couple of years ago, I came across my field hockey stick from high school. Now, as I picked it up and looked at it, of course, a whole bunch of memories came through my mind, and my first reaction was to actually hold on to it. But as I thought about it and wrestled with the decision, there were some key principles that I had been teaching others in the area of getting rid of clutter, and I had to remind myself of those things. So tip number 1 is to remember that holding on to the past has the potential to rob us in the present, to rob us of our energy, our time, our emotions, give us stress, all of these things. So tip number 2 is to realize that the items themselves do not magically give us a memory. Now, I wanted to hold on to those memories, those great memories from high school. So would letting go of the hockey stick mean that I would be saying goodbye to those memories? It sounds kind of silly, but actually many times a lot of us will subconsciously think that if we get rid of an item, that means we'll be saying goodbye to the memories, and that's just not true. So tip number 3 is to realize that your treasured items might not be as important as you think they are. Truth be told, I probably hadn't thought about my hockey stick in years prior to me finding it in the garage. In fact, if someone had come and stolen it, I may not have noticed for a really, really long time. I think an important question we need to ask ourselves is, if these items are just collecting dust, are they really as important as we think they are? Tip number 4 is to recognize the power of touch. Researchers at The Ohio State University found that by touching an item, even as simple as a coffee mug, it creates an emotional connection to that item, and the longer you hold on to it, the stronger the bond. That's why it's so great to bring along a friend when you're in the decluttering process. Chances are, if they're holding the item and you're making the decision, you're going to get rid of a lot more. And tip number 5 is to realize that there are additional options to consider. Many of us think there are only 2 choices, either to keep it or to get rid of it, but there's actually a lot of ideas in between. And I'm going to be sharing some of those ideas in part 2 of Sentimental Clutter, so stay tuned. So you might be wondering, what did she do with her hockey stick? Well, I did end up letting it go. It was really, really hard, and I wrestled for a long time, but I realized that the benefits of letting it go far outweighed the cost of keeping it. This is a really challenging area, so give yourself a lot of grace, ask a friend to come along and help, and remember that by letting go of the past, you're able to more fully live in the present. Get rid of that clutter and be simply set free. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel and click on the like button if you enjoyed this video.